This is Cast 1, directed and written by Atlanta Hubbard. And our member is Ainsley Orr. Woo!
Not pictured Jasmine Roth.
We established that already.
Not in this video. Okay. Okay.
Boop. 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 Is that it?
Yep, thanks.
You're welcome. Excuse me.
What?
I've just been intrigued. I saw you checking out a copy of the Doctrine and Covenants, and was wondering why.
Why? You Mormon?
I'll get to that later. I'm just curious.
It's for my stupid comparative religions class. Pointless, but I have to pass.
Pointless? Why do you say it's pointless?
It's just a bunch of stories and moral stuff. I thought it would be interesting, but it's pointless.
You know, some people believe in those stories and moral stuff.
Yeah, the same people who say it's wrong to have fun.
We've never said that.
We. Well then, explain all the thou shalt not do this, and thou shalt not do that, and thou shalt not do so-and-so.
Well, define fun.
What kind of question is that?
A Socratic one. Socrates said that you should always define terms before having a discussion. 1, it prevents confusion. 2, it can point out flaws in reasoning, making the discussion more worthwhile.
I don't want to have a discussion. I want to go home, see my boyfriend, and do this stupid religion homework.
Wouldn't your homework be more profitable if you didn't consider it pointless?
I guess.
What I'm trying to say is, if you actually have some feeling about what you're doing, it will likely translate into a better grade and a less bored and irritated person.
Wait, so are you Mormon or not?
Yeah.
Well, if you think you can somehow magically make this class not boring, I'm game.
Good. Now, what do you really dislike about the class?
It's boring.
No, what do you really dislike about it? That is, why is it boring?
It's a bunch of debates about made-up stories and beliefs. Sorry.
I take it that you do not believe any of those stories and beliefs.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. None of them seem fun.
And fun equates to truth?
Not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Well, all I know is anything that says it's wrong to sleep with your boyfriend can't be true.
Oh boy, why not?
Well, I don't know. None of them seem fun. Oh. Well, it's contradictory. Your book said God wants us to be happy, but then you go out and say that kind of thing.
A revelation I give unto you concerning my will, and if thou art faithful, and walk in the paths of virtue before me, I will preserve thy life, and thou shalt receive an inheritance in Zion. D&C 52:2.
Excuse me?
It's from one of those books you just attacked.
I know, but why bring it up?
See, happiness does not necessarily equate to pleasure. It equates to doing God's will.
Right. And you're the Pope.
I'll ignore your sarcasm. Anyway, you want some evidence?
No, I want you to make this stupid class not boring like you said you would.
Believe me, this will help that. And just about everything else too. Anyway, would you like me to explain it to you? Okay, I'll start with premarital sex. Did you know that 34% of women get pregnant before the age of 20, and less than 4% go up for adoption? Do those girls really seem happy to you?
Well, no, but I don't buy that as proof of God's existence and stuff.
Wait a sec. Earlier, you said that your main problem with Christianity was that it contradicts itself, right?
Right. It claims that God wants us to be happy, but then it comes out with all these restrictions.
Of which chastity is a big part, right?
Indeed.
Okay, well tell me this. Does pleasure equate to happiness?
Yeah.
So drug addicts are happy?
Of course not.
But drugs give pleasure, do they not?
Oh, okay. When you're on a high, you feel great. Not that I've ever had that kind of experience, of course. But the problem is that you get addicted, and then they stop giving you the high, and they just make you feel bad.
Good. You found the flaw with my logic, as I hoped you would. It was a rhetorical device. But that's besides the point. A person can be addicted to anything, right?
I suppose.
Well, there are drug addicts, alcohol addicts, sex addicts, gambling addicts, computer addicts, and they're all miserable after a while.
True.
Well, there's one kind of addict who's not miserable, a God addict.
Okay, that was amusing, but there's no such thing.
Guess I don't exist then. I feel much the same way an addict does. Without God, I'd be miserable. I relearn that every time I sin. And that's basically what an addict is. If you're addicted to X, then you're miserable without X. For me, X is God.
Fair enough. What's your point, though?
Well, I also get a high when I do good. Kind of like how a drug addict feels when he has his drugs. Not that I can compare the two, of course, having never done drugs.
So what you're saying is that your religion makes you happy?
Yeah.
But it makes me happy to sleep with my boyfriend.
It might make you happy to do so, but does the happiness last?
Not as long as I want it to.
Then would it be fair to say that you're not happy all the time?
Of course. Who is?
Me for one, except when I slip up.
Seriously?
Yes, and I've never done drugs, had sex, or anything else that society equates to happiness.
How does that work out?
There's a saying, be strong and of a good courage. Being strong equates to opposing sin, which equates to happiness. Or as Jesus said, whoever saves his life shall lose it, and whoever loses his life shall save it. By not indulging in the things that supposedly make one happy, but focusing on the thing that really makes one happy, I'm happy.
Well, I don't know if I believe you, but I guess I can try.
Then two things. 1, take your religion class seriously. 2, stop with your boyfriend. Just for a week or two to start with. But you will be happier. Trust me. Doing God's will always has that effect.
But how do I know there is a God?
For now, I'm concentrating on getting you to trust me. Once you get that, come back and we can talk about the question. You can always find me here.
I wonder if she's right.